Hi, Jim Derosa with the Mille Lacs Smallmouth Alliance. Here we are in beautiful Lake Mille Lacs. It's the third week in August. The dog days of summer are upon us. What's probably most important to know right now about fishing Mille Lacs is it's going to be tough at times, so you have to stay with it. Now, the current water conditions are, the water temps are that 72 to 75. A week or two ago, we were approaching 80, so things are starting to cool off in a good way. The other thing that, if you haven't been on Mille Lacs in a while, we've got some major algae blooms taking place. Our clarity went from 10 to 12 foot of water in clarity to about 5 or 6 foot of water in clarity. And as a result, some of the fish that are traditionally on those boulders and shallow water weren't there when the water was so clear. Now we've got some color in the water. Fish are starting to relate to some of those shallower boulders. So my tip to you would be versatile. Go shallow, go deep. Again, key on the boulders, the rock piles, and the rock reefs. There has been a lot of lake bug hatches as of late, so if you see some fish slurping on the surface feeding on those bugs, I'd sure have a Xerospook or a popper or some type of a surface bait on hand and be ready for that. But also, you know, if you're fishing early in the morning and late in the evening, consider topwater over the ends of the points as well. Those fish tend to come up on there. As far as daytime fishing goes, again, rocks, boulders, and individuals, 8 to 20 foot of water. Now, the baits are pretty much the same. You know, the Ned rig has been king out here for a long, long time. A couple weeks ago, the Student Angler Tournament Trail had a tournament here in which the Mille Lacs Smallmouth Alliance gave a scholarship to the team that caught the biggest fish. Well, during that ceremony, I was able to talk and listen to a lot of the anglers, and what surprised me somewhat was that these high school anglers now not only caught them on drop shots on Ned rigs, but they also caught them on the tube. And you know, the tube bait is that staple smallmouth bass bait that has been around for years and years, but I think it's starting to make a comeback here on Mille Lacs. A couple things about the tubes that I want to show you is that unlike the Ned rig, which the majority of the fish you catch on a Ned rig, they're going to be hooked in the upper jaw and in the upper lips. Tube jigs are a little bit different. You tend to gut hook more fish with a tube jig than you do with a Ned rig. So in order to get those trophies back in the water safely, what I would suggest is on a regular tube jig hook, get yourself a pair of pliers and simply pinch in the barb. So if you do gut hook a fish, it's a lot easier to retrieve and extract that hook out of the gut of the fish, and it's going to do the minimum amount of damage on that fish. You know, we were just talking about Ned rig and tubes. You know, the other day I was fishing and I actually caught a crawdad. And here's a picture of what that crawdad looked like, and if you can notice the oranges and the greens. So I think it's important in your tubes and in your Ned rigs, try to find something that matches in color. It may not make that big of a difference in the deeper depths, but maybe shallow water fishing when the sun is bright, those colors may just make the difference between you catching that fish and not catching it. You know, if you like these videos that the Mille Lacs Smallmouth Alliance has been doing, we suggest you like and share these videos on our YouTube channel, and even consider joining the Mille Lacs Smallmouth Alliance. You know, we're dedicated to preserving and maintaining this world-class trophy fishery. You can get all of that information and more about the Alliance on our website, MilleLacsSmallmouthAlliance.com.